ਹੈਲੋ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ USA ਮੈਂ ਜਸਨੀਤ ਕੌਰ ਮਕੇਸ਼ ਲਾਖਾ आज नहीं है आज की खबरां मैं दूंगी We start with Himachal Paradesh bombing.
The eyewitnesses and locals, the intensity of the blast could be gauged from the fact that the window panes of the nearby hospital, perhaps related to the army there, and other residential buildings were shattered. People said, the eyewitnesses near that blast site said that perhaps the blast has happened in a lane very adjacent to the local police station. The police has barricaded the area, but it is a serious concern in the region because if you see on 31st of December, just yesterday, the police chiefs of all these states, be it from Himachal, Haryana, Punjab, Jammu and Kashmir, they were all saying that perhaps security is something which the police has taken at topmost priority.
And the answer which will be given will be beyond comprehension. A senior Punjab police officer told the TOL, "It seems to be the handiwork of those elements who carried out blasts in Punjab. It is all being done at the behest of the ISI in an attempt to destabilize the region northwest of Delhi and south of Jammu and Kashmir. As far as ideological reasons citing drugs have been mentioned, it is all a farce. The gullible youth are hired by foreign-based handlers to get such blasts carried out for a sum of money. There is no ideology in this." The officer said Punjab police got in touch with Himachal Paradesh police to get details of the explosion, including photos and any CCTV footage of the area. The officer said, "While we are looking into the claim made by the BKL and PSA taking responsibility for the blast, the responsibility claimed by the two organizations in the past in similar blasts in Punjab suggests that they are likely to have carried out the blast at the behest of the IS."
घटना जो है सुबह आज अराउंड 9:40 के आसपास है और थाना नालागढ़ का जो IU रूम है उसके बाहर एक रास्ता जाता है, उसके साथ की घटना है। एक्सप्लोज़न हुआ है और सुबह हमने निरीक्षण किया है मौके का। FSL टीम हमारी तुरंत मौके पहुंच गई थी। सैंपल जो हैं वो अलग अलग स्पॉट से उठाए गए हैं और एग्जैक्ट कॉज क्या रहा होगा वो FSL के केमिकल एनालिसिस रिपोर्ट के बाद ही पता लग पाएगा। अभी जानने वाले का कोई ऐसा नुकसान नहीं है। जो आसपास का हमारा IU रूम था थाना प्रमाइसिस में, उसके शीशे जो हैं वो टूटे हैं और 40-45 मीटर पे एक आर्मी की कैंटीन है, उसके शीशे जो है वो क्रैक हुए हैं। तो आसपास की बिल्डिंग्स में कुछ एक जगह पे शीशे ही क्रैक्स हुए हैं, बाकी ऐसा कोई नुकसान नहीं है। CCTV अभी हम खंगाल रहे हैं अलग अलग जगह से कि कोई इस तरह का कोई सभी तरह की जो डॉट है वो हम रूल आउट करना चाहते हैं कि कोई इस तरह की मिसचीफ कोई एलिमेंट इस तरह का इन्वॉल्व तो नहीं है। बट प्राइमे फेसाई अभी तक ऐसा कुछ हमें मिला नहीं है और आसपास के हम जितने भी स्पॉट के आसपास के कैमरे हैं उन सबको खंगाल रहे हैं। देखिए इस बारे में तो एग्जैक्ट ओपिनियन जो है वो एक्सपर्ट्स ही एक्सप्लोजिव एक्सपर्ट ही दे पाएंगे। बट हाँ, इम्पैक्ट जो है इनका 35-40 मीटर के आसपास इम्पैक्ट हुआ है और शीशे जो हैं वो क्रैक्स हुए हैं बिल्डिंग। देखिए अभी तक ऐसा कोई हमें इस तरह की ईमेल्स या ऐसी थ्रेटनिंग कॉल नहीं आई हैं। प्राइमे फेसाई ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि इस तरह का कोई किसी ने कुछ थ्रो किया हो या कोई ऐसा एक्सप्लोजिव हो। आफ्टर केमिकल एनालिसिस ही हम पता लग पाए कि एग्जैक्ट केमिकल क्या है जो एक्सप्लोड हुआ है, क्योंकि ये इस एरिया में नॉर्मली स्क्रैप भी पड़ा रहता है और कुछ ना कुछ वहाँ वेस्टेज मटेरियल पड़ा रहता है, तो वो रूल आउट करना अभी।
Now we look at a woman shot and killed. Woman shot dead in Kapathala had recently returned from abroad. Hempreet Kaur, a resident of Sgpc locality, sustains critical gunshot injuries and dies on the spot. The incident occurred around 3:30 p.m. when two assailants arrived on motorcycles and opened fire, discharging approximately 4 rounds before fleeing the scene. Hempreet Kaur, a resident of Sgpc locality, sustained critical gunshot injuries and died on the spot. Locals alerted the police. A forensic team was called to the spot to collect evidence. Preliminary findings suggest the attack was deliberate, though the exact motive is yet to be ascertained. According to police sources, Hempreet had returned from abroad about a month ago, while her husband and son continue to live overseas. Investigators are examining her recent movements, personal connections, and any possible disputes. Now we look at Sgpc Auditor. SSP Gaurav Tura said special teams had been constituted to identify the accused. All possible angles are being examined to determine the motive, he said. Police are reviewing CCTV footage and questioning locals. Former Sgpc auditor held from Chandigarh over missing Sarup Satinder Singh Kohli, considered close aide of Sukhbir Singh Badal. A special investigation team, SIT, of the Punjab police on Thursday arrested Satinder Singh Kohli, a former internal auditor of the Shiromani Gurdwara Parbandhak Committee, SGPC, in connection with the alleged disappearance of 328 sarups of the Guru Granth Sahib. He was held from Chandigarh, the first arrest in the case. Ruling AAP's State General Secretary and Media in Charge Baltej Panu said the SIT arrested him from a hotel. The SIT was constituted on December 23 to probe the alleged disappearance of 328 sarups of the Guru Granth Sahib from SGPC records. Police sources said more arrests were likely to take place in coming days. The issue had first surfaced in 2020. A case in this regard was lodged on December 7th, which followed the constitution of the SIT. 5 Sikh high priests, including the Akal Takht officiating Jathedar Gyani Kuldip Singh Gargaj, had termed the development as government interference in Sikh matters. Panu said a petition regarding the disappearance of the sarups was earlier filed in the Punjab and Haryana High Court. Following the court's directions, an FIR was registered and the SIT constituted to probe the matter. Satinder Singh Kohli, who is considered close to SADI President Sukhbir Badal, had been auditing SGPC accounts for several years, he said. His name is mentioned in the same FIR, in which 16 persons, including SGPC officials, have been named. Lookout circulars, LOCs, were issued against all accused. The SIT is now questioning them, added Panu. Kohli's firm, SS Kohli and Associates, was hired in 2009 for internal audit and computerization of accounts, for which it was paid 3.5 lakh rupees per month. An Akal Takht probe report had stated that his firm failed to prevent the misappropriation of the sarups. In 2020, the SGPC terminated the firm's services and passed a resolution to recover 75% of the payment made. Kohli was produced in an Amritsar court where the police sought a 12-day remand. However, the duty magistrate granted a 6-day police remand. We will keep you updated as the news come. Stay tuned with Punjabi News USA for up-to-date news on this matter. Now we look at the trucking news in America affecting Punjabi truck drivers in USA. The California Department of Motor Vehicles announced Tuesday that it is delaying the cancellation of thousands of migrant truck driver licenses. The announcement means approximately 17,000 migrant truck drivers won't have their commercial licenses revoked on January 5th. Instead, they can remain on the roads and will have another 2 months to retest and reapply. The decision comes amid pressure from the U.S. Department of Transportation, which announced in November 2025 that it would compel California to revoke thousands of what it calls illegally issued, non-domiciled commercial driver's licenses. A nationwide audit revealed systemic policy, procedural and programming errors in California's non-domiciled CDL program, which allowed thousands of CDLs to be illegally issued to foreign drivers, according to the DOT. A series of fatal crashes in 2025 prompted a closer examination of non-domiciled CDL holders. In October, a collision involving a trucker whose immigration status is in dispute killed 3 people just outside of Los Angeles. In August, a truck driver in Florida, not authorized to be in the U.S., made an illegal U-turn and killed 3 people. The decision to delay the revocation of licenses comes just days after immigrant rights groups sued the California DMV. The Sikh Coalition and the Asian Law Caucus filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of California drivers, alleging immigrant truck drivers are being unfairly targeted and licenses are getting cancelled for minor paperwork discrepancies. The drivers in the fatal Florida and California crashes were both Sikhs. An estimated 150,000 Punjabi Sikhs work in the American trucking industry, with the majority based on the West Coast, according to the Los Angeles Times. California doesn't have an extension, Duffy says. On X, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy repeated his threat to withhold $160 million in federal funding if California doesn't meet the January 5 deadline to revoke licenses. California does not have an extension to keep breaking the law and putting Americans at risk on the roads, Duffy wrote, disputing the DMV's announcement. California Governor Gavin Newsom responded to Duffy on X, claiming the Transportation Department had agreed to a deadline extension over a week ago and calling the situation federal mismanagement. In October, Duffy withheld $40 million in federal funding from California for being the only state not to enforce English language requirements for truckers. Tuhada Sukriya, Punjabi News USA. Join Karanda. Thanks for watching Punjabi News.